In today's video, I'm going to be discussing 5 highly probable changes to Social Security. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. I know this is a question that I do get on a fairly regular basis from those individuals that are currently beneficiaries of Social Security, receiving those ongoing monthly checks, or those individuals that have not filed quite yet, but will be receiving checks relatively soon. And the questions typically come in worded something along the lines of, I've heard that Social Security is going to be changing. Can you tell me what these changes are going to be and how is this going to impact me and my monthly benefit? Again, great questions and exactly what I want to highlight and talk about here in this video, because I think we all recognize Social Security will be changing in the relatively near future. Therefore, you probably want to know, what is this going to do to your monthly benefit? And at the end of the day, what is it going to do to your money and your lifestyle? Again, great questions and the focus of this video. Let's talk through the details. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, will you make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that button right down below the video? It's totally free to do so. I'm here for you every single day. I'm watching the headlines, doing all the research, advocating on your behalf, and again, answering questions just like this right here in these videos. I want to do whatever I possibly can for you. Right now is a really rough time financially for the low income and fixed income. There's a ton of different programs out there for the low income and fixed income right now you can also take advantage of. And as I've said so many times before in other videos, I want to help you maximize your monthly income, maximize your lifetime income, and also maximize your annual income, not only from Social Security, but again, get the best use of all your money as well. And again, that's my dedication. I truly want to help you out right now. Financially, a lot of people are struggling. It's a really sad situation. I see the comments, I see the stories, I see everything down below in the comment section. It's a rough time right now. I want to do what I can for you. So again, thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. And there's also a share button down there. Feel free to share this video with your friends on your social media. Again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. All right, so let's talk through the details of this. And again, these are really good questions. And again, I want to focus on the details of this because I've said this before and I'm going to say it again really quickly. Social Security will be changing, okay? If it does not change, that's going to be bad, okay? That's going to be even worse. We want Social Security to change. If it doesn't change, that's like the worst of all the situations. Reason being is, we know that in about 9 years or so, give or take a little bit, benefits are going to be cut by about 23 to 25% based on the most recent reports, okay? So my point is, if we don't get changes to Social Security, that's the future of the program, okay? So we certainly want changes to happen, even though change can be very scary. In this situation, the contrary, no change is actually worse, okay? That's just my point on this, okay? So again, I know a lot of times I've seen comments down below in other videos where I've said, we want Social Security to change, and people reach out and say, dude, you're nuts. We don't want Social Security to change. And I keep saying, well, the contrary is, if we don't, we're going to see benefits cut between 23 and 25%. So yeah, we want those changes to come in. Otherwise, it's going to be ugly for beneficiaries, right? Again, by the way, I'm never here to scare anybody. That's not my intention. I would never do that. I don't get excited about that, okay? I don't want to sit here and scare people, but I'm giving you the reality of the situation, and that's what they're all talking about, okay? Even the Board of Trustees with their annual report comes out and shows that exact information. So anyway, let me run through these 5 different highly probable, okay? Again, I want to emphasize highly probable, okay? By the way, I want to emphasize this as well. These have not been implemented yet, but these, in my honest opinion, and based on my research and everything that I know about what's going on right now, in my honest opinion, this is the most probable changes that we will likely see to Social Security. Will we see all of them? Maybe. Will we see some of them? Probably. Will we see 1 or 2 of them? Most likely, okay? I'm not saying that all of these are going to change, but I'm saying these are, in my honest opinion, based on the research here, these are the highest probable changes coming into Social Security, okay? Let me buzz through the details of each of these, and I'm going to hit on each of these one at a time here and explain what they actually mean, okay? Now, they're pretty self-explanatory, but I will explain them really briefly. All right, number 1, raising the full retirement age. I 100% think this will be happening, okay? When? I don't know. How much? That's a good question, okay? Right now, the full retirement age is a maximum of 67 years old. That is what it's been, okay? That's just what it is right now, okay? There are proposals out there right now to raise it up to either 68, 69, or 70, okay? They're talking about all of these different ages. I anticipate they're going to raise the full retirement age either up to 69 or 70, okay? That's just my anticipation, and I do think this will happen at some point within the next few years, okay? I have other dedicated videos here on the channel talking about this. If you are currently receiving benefits, this will not have any impact on you. If you were born sometime after 1960, it may impact you a little bit the further out that you were born after 1960, okay? So if that kind of makes sense. So basically, if you're born, say, like 1965, 1970, 1975, basically the younger that you are, the more this will impact you, okay? So that's just point number one there, okay? That's number one, raising the full retirement age. And I do believe that will have, that'll definitely be happening, okay? That is one thing that I do think 100% high, very, very high certainty will likely be happening at some point, probably in the next few years. Not sure when, but at some point, okay? All right, so that's number one. Number two, raising taxes on higher income people, okay? Now, right now, the maximum amount of income that is taxable by Social Security is $168,600. I would not be shocked one bit if they raise this cap. Now, here's the thing. They do raise this cap adjusted to inflation every year, okay? So this does go up every single year. However, I would not be shocked if they raise this cap substantially at some point, rather than the little, 5, 6, 9% raises that they've been increasing this each and every year. I would not be shocked if they raise this thing by $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, up, maybe raise it up to $400,000. I would not be shocked if it has a huge, huge jump at some point, and that's mostly going to impact those higher income people as well, okay? So that is number two, raising taxes on higher income people. Number three is raising taxes on everybody, okay? Now, this is different than point number two. Let me explain. Right now, on payroll taxes, Social Security taxes are 6.2% paid by the employee, 6.2% paid by the employer, a total of 12.4%, which is paid out of basically the earnings, again, split down the middle from employee and employer, 12.4% total. I would not be shocked one bit to see this increase by a few percentage points. I wouldn't be shocked if they raise it by 1 full percentage point, or 2 or 3, something like this. I would not be shocked to see this 12.4% raised up to maybe 13.4%, maybe 14.4%, 15%, something like this, and split down the middle again, where the employee pays half and the employer pays the other half. Okay, that's how it's currently set up right now. Unless you're self-employed, then you get the luxury of paying all of it, okay? If you're self-employed, you know what I'm talking about, right? But anyway, I would not be shocked yet again to see them raise that on everybody, okay? This would be a tax raise on everybody. Basically, everybody that has an earned income, whether it's self-employed or, a W-2 where you're going out working, at a job, 9 to 5, something like that, whatever it happens to be. This is where this would go into effect as well, because that would generate a lot of extra cash, okay? Yes, raising taxes on higher income people would also generate money, but to be real with you, there's not that many people that earn income over the current cap right now of $168,600. That's the current cap right now in 2024 as I film this video. There's people that make income over that, don't get me wrong, but the percentage of people that earn income over that is very small considering compared to raising taxes as far as the total 12.4%. If they raised that, they would generate significantly more money because it'd be taxation on everybody versus taxation on a small percentage of people. Is that going to make sense? Right? So anyway, that is point number three. Now, number four is capping benefits, okay? Now, this is something we've seen a number of lawmakers talking about, and there's a number of proposals that are out there right now to cap off benefits, okay? Every year, benefits increase because of the COLA. Even the highest income beneficiaries who receive well over $4,000 a month right now, which, by the way, the maximum benefit somebody can get right now is over $4,800. I would not be shocked one bit to see this capped off at some point, okay? In other words, lawmakers come in and say, okay, enough is enough. Let's draw the line here. The maximum benefit going forward is going to be X. I would not be surprised one bit to see that happen, and then kind of put a line in the sand and say, okay, enough is enough here. We don't need to keep raising benefits on the highest income people. Let's cap these benefits off and just put a ceiling into this, because just think of it this way. Let's just say even a 1% raise came in on the highest income beneficiaries because of the COLA. Yes, the lowest income beneficiaries, for example, somebody receiving, $600 a month would get a $6 per month raise on a 1% on 1% raise to the COLA, right? But somebody receiving $4,800, that'd be $48 extra a month, right? You see how this works? So I would not be shocked one bit if they come in and cap the benefits for highest income beneficiaries at some dollar amount. What that's going to be, I don't know, okay? I'm simply saying I would not be shocked. And in fact, this is probably something they should have done a long time ago, is cap those benefits off, because That's just a lot of extra income going out the door to beneficiaries at the highest range of the scale here, and probably doesn't really need to be done. Does somebody really getting $4,800 plus a month, do they really need an extra, I don't know, $100 a month to maintain their lifestyle? I don't really think that's the case, right? I'm just assuming here. I don't really think that's really going to tip the scales for that. All right, and potential change number 5 is reducing checks for higher income beneficiaries. Now, this does sound very similar to point number 4, which is capping benefits for higher income beneficiaries, but it actually is a bit different. In fact, there are proposals out there right now to reduce highest income beneficiaries and their benefits as well, okay? So there's a lot of lawmakers that have suggested, why are people getting such high benefits right now, and why do they keep going up? Which is why I made the point of number 4 is capping those benefits off. But lawmakers also do want to reduce these benefits for higher income beneficiaries and take that money and shuffle it over to lower income beneficiaries. Whether they actually did that with the money or just keep it in the trust fund, either way, it is a major change and it would impact a lot of beneficiaries. Now, what is actually deemed as high income beneficiary? That's a good point. They haven't really drawn a line in the sand. However, there has been some preliminary information suggested that basically beneficiaries receiving over around $3,500 or more, again, that's just kind of an ambiguous number that I've seen thrown around, basically shaving these benefits down for these higher income people, because again, we continue to see lawmakers suggesting we need to cap benefits because we shouldn't keep raising benefits on higher income people, and we should really be shaving these benefits down because they continue to find from all these studies and statistics that generally higher income beneficiaries usually have multiple other income sources during retirement and don't rely on their monthly benefit from Social Security for the bulk of their income, like the lowest income beneficiaries typically do, and we see those statistics all the time. So that is point number 5. So these are the 5 highest probability changes to Social Security in my honest opinion. Now again, I want to reiterate and I want to emphasize this yet again. These are all in my opinion based on what I'm seeing, the research that I'm doing, and things like this. Now again, will all of these happen? Maybe. Will a handful of them happen? Probably. Will 1 or 2 of them happen? I would say most likely for sure, at least 1 or 2 of these will likely happen. Reason being, there's a lot of proposals and a lot of lawmakers that are talking about some of these changes, mostly revolving around raising taxes. You hear that all the time on higher income people, and we also see raising the full retirement age. If I had to narrow it down to just 2, I would say those are it. Raising taxes and increasing the full retirement age, okay? If I had to narrow it down to just 2 of them out of these 5, I would say those for sure have the highest. Absolute 100% the highest probability of actually changing Social Security. And again, we know these changes will be happening at some point. Could the changes be completely different than this? Yeah, absolutely. They could be 100% different. It could be something that we've never heard of yet. But these are the plays out of their playbook that they continue to come back to time and time again. It's like the only thing that they know, right? Let's raise the age and let's raise taxes, okay? So anyway, I want to break these down for you really quickly. For those of you that have been asking, I hope this helps you to better understand what's going on here. And again, the only thing we can do right now is continue watching, waiting and watching. I know, right? It's just a waiting game. So that's all we really need to do right now is just continue to wait to see what they're going to do to Social Security and the potential changes that are coming out of this. And again, I'll keep you posted on anything that I find out there. There's a lot of information and a lot of changes on the table. So again, please, if you have not done so, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends on your social media. Again, a big share button right down below as well, next to the subscribe button. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including those in the video library or those that I've hand selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. Check out those, or right here on your screen, you'll see some videos as well. Check out those videos, and thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Have a nice day. Take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next